Today I'm in my 2015 Honda Accord, and I'm going to show you guys what this one's all about. It's not really a high-performance car like my Mustang Warrior, but it is a good daily driver. When I came to Germany in 2016 in September, I had a Focus RS Turbo that I used to drive around. It was a 2004, and it was my wife's father's car, and he had passed away, so they had that extra car in the family, so I was driving that every day. It wasn't very practical, it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't good on gas, and I basically had to get something else. So I drove that for about 2 months, and then I got this Honda Accord. I was on one of the military bases here, and they have a lemon lot, and this Honda Accord was there, and it only had 15,000 kilometers on it, and the guy only had it for 1 year. So it was a good car to buy, and I really wanted to get something daily drivable. In the States, I had a 2013 Honda Accord Coupe with the V6, and that car was a red rocket. It was fun to drive, and it was fast. That car was actually nicer than my Honda Accord here. This one is not as refined as that one was, even though it was older. The German spec and the US specs are different cars. They don't do the same one for each country. In Germany, cars aren't rated by miles per gallon that they get for the fuel consumption. What they do is they do how many liters it takes to go 100 kilometers. So this car is rated at 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers, but right now my computer says that I'm getting 7.6 liters per 100 kilometers, which is actually better than what it's rated for. It's a little bit better because I do a lot of highway driving to work, and I'm really not that hard on this car. It's not a race car. I know it's not my Mustang, and it's just a daily driver that's good on gas. It's got 4 doors, and it's got a lot of room in here, and it's actually a nice car. It's based off of the TSX in America, and that car, I remember, I used to really like it. You know, usually they had leather interior, and they had a V6 engine, and they were fun to drive. This one, it's got 200 horsepower, but it's really not that exciting to drive, and you have to rev it out to get all the power out of it. It's not a fast car, I know that, and it will go fast once you get it wound up and get up there. However, when you're on the highway and you need to accelerate, if you slow down to like 80 kilometers an hour and you have to get back up to 120, it's going to take you a while to get up there. In this car, if you're on the highway and you slow down to, like, let's say 80 kilometers an hour and you have to speed back up, if you're in 6th gear, you really have to downshift down to 3rd to get any type of acceleration out of it. It's not a powerful car, and you really have to wind it out to get it back up there to speed. Basically, the way you drive it is to know that you don't have a lot of horsepower, so you only cut into the left lane when it's clear. You don't take chances and cut somebody out, or you're going to make somebody mad when they slam on their brakes, and rightfully so, because you shouldn't put yourself in a situation where you have to accelerate in a car that won't accelerate. But I know this, and driving it every day, it's not a power machine, but it's a nice car for daily driving. I get good gas miles in it, and it's a good daily driver. I like it a lot. So this car's a good daily driver. It does have all the features that you need in a car. It doesn't have leather interior, and it doesn't have a lot of power, but it does have a lot of the creature comforts that you need in a car. I like that it has the heated seats for the winter time, and I've got the power mirrors and power windows, and it's got cruise control, and it's also got automatic wipers and automatic headlights. The automatic headlights are a great feature because when you're driving at night, it'll automatically put the high beams on for you, and it really does help you see the road, and then when it sees another car, it will dim them automatically. It's also got the automatic wipers, so when it's raining and the windshield gets wet, they'll go on and wipe the window clear for you. I don't like it when there's just a little bit of rain, because they wipe too early and they'll sometimes smudge dirt on your windshield. It's nice though when it's raining steadily that they'll increase in speed when you need them to, and they'll shut off when the rain stops. So it's a good feature to have in a car. Another thing I really like on this car is the steering wheel controls. It's got the Bluetooth for your phone, and I can answer my phone through my steering wheel by just hitting answer. It's also got the radio controls on there. I can turn up the volume and change the channel, and the cruise control is there too. It's nice that you have all these features at your fingertips for this car. The ride in this car isn't the best. It's a little bit bumpy at times, and it it could be a little more refined, and the handling isn't that great. It's not really a car meant to go fast around corners and drive aggressively. I have noticed that when you do drive aggressively, it does actually make it a little fun to drive. It goes around corners okay, but it's not the grip of my Mustang or anything like that, but it is fun. I'm back in my car, and I tried to get some more drone footage, and for some reason Follow Me just doesn't follow me. This is the third time I've had problems with this drone, and I don't know if it's me or what, but it's definitely finicky. And I put those eBay blades on them that I got off of eBay, and I'm not sure that they're any good. So it is what it is. The drone, I don't know, I'm happy I was able to get it back, that's for sure. Okay, I got word from my wife that up above there's a Blitzer camera that the Germans set up, and I told you guys about this in my previous videos, that sometimes Germany sets up these cameras to catch speeders. So right now I'm going about 180, I need to slow it down because it goes to 120 right here. And there is a camera up here, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. I'm gonna move this one to the right a little bit because I know exactly where it is. I got my speed down to 120, and I got my camera to the right here. Let me show you guys what a mobile Blitzer camera looks like. Germany sets up these cameras without you knowing, trying to catch speeders, and you know, it does get people sometimes, and when it goes off there's a red flash. So I'm going 110 kilometers an hour, and the speed limit is 120, so I should be okay. So I'm coming up to the right, and I see the mobile camera on the guardrail. It's going to get this BMW. Watch. No, it didn't go off. But right there, that's what a mobile camera looks like. Alright, so before I showed you guys that there was a mobile camera on the side of the road. Up here on the left, I'm coming up to a spot where there's a fixed camera on the left side and on the right side, and this is how they normally catch speeders. These cameras are here all the time, so you know that they're there. Everybody needlessly slows down their car here and slows down to like below the speed limit, but if you're going the speed limit, the camera won't flash at you. It's only when you're going significantly over that it's going to flash and charge you with a ticket. But a lot of times in Germany, people slam on their brakes for no reason in front of these cameras, and it really is a pain in the ass. Alright, so I'm back on the Autobahn, and the speed limit here is 120. There's a camera coming up, and I bet you they lower it down to 100 right before the camera, and then go back to 120 after the camera. So we're going to see if that's right. Alright, so it's 120. I'm going to set my cruise at 120. And we'll see if we can catch you guys a flash of what it looks like when these cameras go off. Alright, so as you can see, the road conditions are pretty clear. The speed limit was 120 at the last sign we crossed. And look at this. They've lowered to 100 for no reason other than the fact that this camera's here. So I'm going to slow it down to 100. And oh, this car is passing me. He's going to get flashed. Watch. See? He just got it. That gets me every time. I love it when cars get flashed, and it's a blast. Driving down the road and I look behind me and my van's following me. As you can see, that's my boss Becky in my van, and she pulled up behind me. Let's see if we can get some action shots of it. Hi, Becky. That's my van. Oh, that's funny. Alright, so I just left my work where I saw my boss, and she said that she didn't know that that was me on the highway. She said, who's this guy with the camera, and why is he slowing down in my lane? I guess I pissed her off. So if she has that pissed off look on her face in the video, that is why. She had no idea it was me, and she was like, why does this guy have a camera? This is ridiculous. So another feature of this car that I really do like is the parking sensors that are front and rear. It really helps you pull into parking spaces, and in Germany the roads are very tight sometimes, and you actually need those front sensors to gauge how close you are to a car if you're making a turn or whatnot. So I'm going to show you a little demonstration here. I'm going to back up to my garage with my eyes closed, and you'll see that I'm able to get pretty close to it without hitting it, and the beeps actually give you a good buffer. So here's that video now. Alright, I'm in my driveway and I'm going to back up to my garage with my eyes closed. Here we go. Putting it in reverse, shutting my eyes. And that's how you do it. Alright, so I haven't had many problems with this car, but one problem I did have is one time my check engine light was on, and my dashboard lights were all lit up like a Christmas tree. So I brought it to the dealer, and he told me that one of my sensor wires had been eaten through by a martyr, and that they did a repair on it. So I got it fixed, and sure enough, the problem came back a short time later. And so I brought it back to the dealer, and they said again that a martyr chewed the wires in my car. So to fix this problem, what I had to do was do an engine wash and then install a new wiring harness for the engine compartment. So the martyr damage was covered by my insurance company, but I did have to pay my comprehensive deductible. But it was nice that I did have that insurance coverage, and I didn't have to foot the whole bill. I think it was like $2,500 to get a new wiring harness put in and fix those problems. I'll show you guys a picture of what the damage looked like. So other than that martyr chewing through my wires, this car's been pretty trouble-free. The only thing I've had to do to it is routine maintenance and oil changes. And in Germany, they follow the maintenance schedules by the book. So when I bring it in for service, they know exactly what they're going to do. Alright guys, I'm going to take this car on the Autobahn and I'm going to show you how slow it is. I'm going to get on and there's an unlimited section where I showed you my Mustang. I'm going to take you to the same spot and I'm going to open the car up. Hopefully there's no traffic and I can do this. And I can show you what this car has in it. And it's not much. Spoiler alert. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys what it'll do. There's a big hill I have to overcome. And this car doesn't really accelerate up that hill. I think it'll get up to like 160. And then it'll stop. And then when we get over the hill, and then it'll start accelerating again. So I'll show you guys all that, and I'll be getting on the highway here in a minute. Okay, it's not unlimited yet. I can only go 120 here, so I can't open it up just quite yet. Alright, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. We'll see. There's a lot of cars. If they start moving over to the right, maybe we can open it up, but we'll see. As of right now, it's not going to happen. There's too many cars in the way. The unlimited section is right here, and there's too many cars in the way. This is what really it's like to drive on the Autobahn. There's cars everywhere and you can't do anything. That's fourth gear. You can hear my v-tec. Cars in the way again. Scheisse. Another thing this car has is shift light. It tells you to upshift because it wants you to get the best gas mileage possible. So that little green arrow is saying upshift, upshift. Not quite yet. Alright, let's get in the left lane and give it some gas. Past some cars and get this thing up to max. Shitty brakes. It's definitely not like my Mustang. Look at, I'm gonna pass a Porsche GT3. My car is faster than a GT3. Is it a GT3? Yeah. You get to see that every day here on the highways in Germany. Alright guys, I'm going to call it an episode. Thanks for tuning in, and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next video.